What's up, people? We are here for another wrestling rant, and today I feel like I'm gonna start dropping these every Sunday. That way, I have a chance to look at all the wrestling for the week. That way, I can just review it and give you my highlights and my lowlights and of all the wrestling that I've watched, and anything that pops up in between. So today, I want to talk about last week's last week's SmackDown, Money in the Bank, Raw, Dynamite, SmackDown again, as well as Summer Collision, because I did watch some of that, what I could tolerate. First, Friday night SmackDown. That past Friday, not this past Friday, but Friday before Money in the Bank. It was. It was good program. I like the build up they're doing with the bloodline. I absolutely love it. I mean, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for Roman to come back. I cannot wait for Roman to come back. And Solo's growing on me, man. But Jacob Fatu, dude is a monster. That dude is a monster, and I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. And I mean, what they did with Paul that week, they put him through the table. It was great, and the pop that Paul Heyman got when he said, "You are not my tribal chief," I was like, "Ugh." It was almost like Stone Cold had come out. That's how loud that pop was. It was great. I can imagine how loud it was in the building, but it was good. It was good. I enjoyed SmackDown. The matches were the matches. I mean, they were fine for the most part. Couple of goofy things happened, but all in all, not too bad. Money in the Bank. Now, I can say Money in the Bank, it went how I expected it to go. I expected either... I knew Drew was going to win. I knew he was going to win. I said Drew was going to win, and I'm pretty sure he's going to probably cash in tonight, too. Man, that storyline between Drew and CM Punk, man, that's great. And now you're throwing Seth Rollins in the mix too, because he messed up his match, which they touched on Monday. There's so many marquee matches you can make from how they're building everybody up, man. It's just so good. Like I said, I knew Drew was gonna win. Jay needs a big win. But I didn't think his need to be at Money in the Bank. Jay needs to get like the IC title or something, because I mean he's super popular right now. His work in the ring was just sloppy, man. I'm like, and I like Jay. I like Jay as a personality, but man, his ring work is just sloppy sometimes. I'm like, dude, good grief. Like, yeah, make it look convincing, but like, it's just sloppy. Now, the highlight of Money in the Bank for me, though, was the women's ladder match. Man, I was hoping Chelsea Green won. I was hoping Chelsea Green. I was hoping she won, but Tiffany won, which was fine. I mean, I said between her and Chelsea, I was okay with that. But man, them women put on a show, and that bump Zoe Starks took on them ladders. Good grief, man! It looked like it hurt so bad. It looked like she was done for. It looked like it hurt so bad. But man, that was great. And Drew and Damian Priest, not Drew, but Seth and Damian Priest, their match was fine. They had some miscues. Hey, that was a straight up 3 count. The ref just didn't count. I'm like, come on, like, all right, you got to do something, man. If you're like, hey, something got to work out, because you clearly didn't budge. You didn't kick out. You didn't roll a shoulder up. You didn't do nothing to stop the count. The ref just stopped. Then Drew's music came on, and CM Punk came in, beat up Drew, cost everybody the match. It was good. That feud between Drew and CM Punk is gonna be epic. Now we got Seth in the mix too. Oh my goodness, he got a match you can make for months on end. The program you can just build for months on end, and I'm here for it. So yeah, that was pretty much my highlights for Money in the Bank. It was Money in the Bank was good. Not those missed spots and those miscues. It was a good time. Then we go back to Raw. That's it. I didn't watch the week before Collision or Rampage. I didn't know. But go back to Raw. This past Monday night, when Seth actually addressed what he said. Like, yep, that's that him and CM Punk, that feud's gonna cook like crazy. Rhea Ripley's back. I'm here for that. I mean, Dominic Mysterio has to be one of the biggest heels out right now, because man, Dom hasn't been able to get a word in over a year. As soon as he starts talking, he just booed out of the arena, and it's great, man. It is absolutely great. So seeing how that's gonna play out is gonna be funny. It's gonna be quite hilarious. I'm glad Rhea Ripley's back. Then we got Zoe, Shayna Baszler, and the other chick. They got their little faction going on where they beat up the Damage Control, which I'm like, all right, they gotta do something with Zoe and Shayna, because their promo skills, they need work. They need some help on getting over, and yeah, they need help getting over. They need help getting over, because their ring work isn't the worst. It ain't great either. Little Zoe, she has some. She's a little more refined than Shayna is, but Shayna has more experience than she does when it comes to that. But yeah, they just need somebody to help get them to that next level, and I'm hoping this will help them out. I really do. I really hope this will help them out. So, and then it's the Uncle Howdy stuff. The creepy part I'm not with. But when he was in, I was like, oh, so he's here now. Cool. I was okay with that. I was okay with him being there. So that was fine. I'm like, okay, so how we gonna do here? What these matches gonna look like? So I'm curious to see where they're gonna go with it. As long as they ditch that little creepy stuff, because like, all right, that's enough of that. Okay, everyone knows it's a fog machine. No one's shooting lightning or nothing supernatural or nobody like that. Let's be real. But yeah, so I'm just curious to see what they're gonna do with that. So now we can move on to Dynamite, which again, sure wasn't that bad this week too. I was impressed. I was impressed, and I don't know why Ospreay MJF are fighting at this coming up Wednesday's Dynamite. Like, I thought that was something to put at Wembley, because you got the biggest names you got right now. You're just gonna put it on free TV. That's like Hogan and Goldberg for the title. I'm like, back in the 90s, like, what are you doing? And everyone's like, why is this on? Even they said, why isn't this match on pay-per-view? Why isn't this match on pay-per-view? And then you got Swerve and Danielson, which they have their face off, and then they're fighting it all in, which is good. I'm glad about that. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna do that. Whether or not Danielson's gonna get the belt one more time before he retires, or Swerve's gonna beat him into retirement, whichever one it is. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna play out. The other matches there, I was like, okay, I'm over that. The Owen Hart stuff, the Owen Hart tournament. This is just my opinion. I just think it's in bad taste. I think it's in bad taste to have the guys like bleed during that stuff. I'm like, don't just have a match. You just have a good match, and that's it. You don't have to. No one has to bleed all the time. Good Lord. But it was the Owen Hart tournament. Now with Tony Storm, that was different. I was like, oh. So even the women get bloody. I'm like, all right. Just curious to see what's gonna happen with that. I wasn't expecting that. And I didn't think we needed like 4 people to bleed on a Wednesday. Like one was fine. One was enough. If they'd have let Tony Storm bleed, and now that was impactful. Don't get me wrong. It was impactful what happened to her. I can't knock that. But if you want to have more of an impact, just have her be the one to bleed. Everyone didn't need to have 3 other people plus her bleed. It didn't help anything. I mean, but that was like, well, that was pretty brutal. So that was the highlights for Dynamite for me. Now to this week's SmackDown. Oh man, my highlight, I like the matches were the matches. I'm like, I not even on front, kind of zoned out until the Bloodline came out. Then I was there. Oh my god, man, Jacob Fatu looks so good. Man, he looks so impressive. My goodness, man. My brother used to send me stuff for Jacob Fatu from years ago. He's like, yeah, man, you gotta watch this dude, because my brother, he is a die-hard wrestling fan. I'm talking like all of it. Now, he don't like the shenanigans that they do in AEW, and then some of the shenanigans do in WWE too. He don't like some of that stuff, but he's like a hardcore wrestling fan. I'm talking like he's hardcore. He would send me stuff for Jacob Fatu like years ago, and I'm like, yo, this big dude is nice. Big dude, nice. That you gotta watch him, man. It's like, I hope my brother was telling me this for years. Like, man, I hope he make it. I hope he goes into WWE, man, because like that dude Jacob Fatu is nice. And Friday night, wow, man, he looks so impressive. Man, he looks so impressive. I can't wait, man. You talk about aura. Jacob Fatu has aura. It shows that, yeah, he's the enforcer. Oh, and I skipped over the Money in the Bank. I forgot Money in the Bank too when Cody got pinned by Solo, and it was because of Jacob, which was awesome. So they building Jacob as this absolute monster, and they having him be Solo's enforcer, which is good for Solo too. They give him a leadership role so he can talk more, because he needs to get better on his promos too. Which he was just Friday promo he did I liked it. He was like, no, you don't deserve Roman. I was like, that was good. I like that. He's like, you want to cheer for him now? You don't deserve him. I was like, oh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I like that. But man, the way they laid waste to everybody, it was awesome. I like the Bloodline doing their thing, man. They run SmackDown. I don't care what anyone says. The Bloodline run SmackDown. I hope Jade and Bianca, they figure it out and they get Jade, get a little more refined, help her out so she can do a push, because she looks amazing. Her and Bianca, man, they look amazing. I know Bianca's established, she's good, but man, I just hope they get Jade over with her ability, not just her look, And if they just go for look, hey, just put her in matches that make her look good. Just seriously. So we know what it is. We've seen it done with Warrior. We've seen it done with Goldberg. They're doing it with Jade. So be it. Okay, push them to the moon. Make them make a whole lot of money for the company, a whole lot of money for themselves. I ain't against that. I'm not. Now, just don't tell me that this is a great match when it sucks. Don't do that to me. Don't tell me that this person's a great wrestler when we know they're not. Don't ever do that crap. I won't tolerate that. But so I just hope they give them the right push. But yeah, the Bloodline, like I said, they're the reason I watch SmackDown. Period. There's the Bloodline, only the Bloodline. And when they're not there, I kind of zone out. And a lot of the matches I zone out for too. Just being honest with that. Then it was last night's Collision. I watched the first match. Is it all these names that I don't know because I don't watch Japanese wrestling like that, and I'm like, okay, he was fine. He has a big guy. He had big poofy hair. I'm like, why is his hair so poofy? Yeah, I don't know why is the hair so much. And then after that, I looked at another match and I was like, all right, that's enough of this. I'm done with it. The Bang Bang Gang, when they came out, we're the Bang Bang Gang, and they had their match and they started doing their promo. Then someone started talking over them. So like, all right, enough of this, and I was done with it. So I don't know what happened after that. And if anyone's curious as to why I didn't mention anything about Chris Jericho from Dynamite, I don't want to talk about him because it's awful, like just awful. The phony disingenuousness of it. I'm like, dude, this is just bad. And his ring work, man. I used to love Jericho. Now, man, I'm just like, dude, go away. Ugh, just go away. But so that's my wrestling for the week. Be back on Wrant this time again to post another video about more wrestling content, and anything you like, anything you guys like in the comments, just post in the comments, highlight it or whatever, and we can discuss in there too. So anything you like, hey, let's chat about it, no matter where, from AEW, WWE, Yeah, you New Japan, even your like collegiate level wrestling, because I love that too. I love, like, collegiate level wrestling, because man, that's stuff's intense. It's really intense, and I do enjoy that too as well. So just drop it in the comments, guys. Peace.